Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, sharing little bits and pieces with you. I have just been from the dollar store and gotten myself little containers for the bloom recipe stuff. I think you can do the bloom recipe without the bloom recipe, but I already bought the materials, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to mix conventional paint in with them and see what happens. I wanted to make sure you guys know if you're doing the bloom recipe, you don't need super expensive paint. It took me a while to find this at Walmart. It's the $15 version as opposed to the primer in one, which is $25. Ouch. And those lids, by the way, are great. You just got to get them on nice. They're on my Amazon link below. Show more underneath the video. And I filled up my paint container with that. I wanted to show you the Golden product quinacridone magenta, which is the fluid. Let's see. Yeah, it says fluid at the top, right there. So it's not the thinnest one. It's the next one down. Also, I mixed 24 karat gold with some of this golden iridescent, and that's my mixed paint. I've been using the color shifts from Folk Art, and I have a bunch, and I'm going to continue to use them. And I also used the Modern Masters, and they're iridescent and they're metallic, and they're fantastic. I have some leftover paint that I mixed earlier. I made a gorgeous blue out of unicorn spit and and some Grumbacher Prussian blue and something else. Oh, I did actually add in some golden iridescent fine pearl. Is it? Yeah. There's lots of paint going on. Anyway, so be brave when you mix your colors. Just add in dots, drops at a time, and don't worry about it. Just keep trying it. This is my leftover from the magenta that I made. So I'll put both of these here for right now. This is something that I needed to stir. I'm pretty sure about that. I'll just use whatever's handy. And what else am I going to use? I'm going to do a bloom. I'm going to do something similar to a bloom. We'll see. I've got a 10 by 10 inch canvas. Been hanging around way too long in my studio. I've got something to pour my paint off onto. It's just, from the local resale shop. It didn't cost much, I'm sure. And I can cover it with sticky wrap if I want to. I'm going to make sure that I have a cloth. Here it is. Nice wet studio cloth, wrung out for the most part, and I keep it in the dish. Handy to wipe things off with. Where am I going to start? I'm going to start by using some black Walmart semi-gloss and some white. And I want to do, and it is cold out here today. Did I mention that? Brr. I shouldn't have sandals on, to be honest with you. And I'm going to do some stripes because I like having both the black and the white. And I'm going to also try my hardest to keep the colors I add in a minimal area and tip a lot and see what happens. So that's referred to as pillow paint by people in the know. I don't know if I qualify for that yet still. But I'm willing to do anything with paint, to be honest with you, so it doesn't really matter. I'm always happy to experiment, and I'm going to grab, this is a leftover from Modern Artist. Oh God, there's too many modern stuff. All right, I won't worry about that. It'll come to me in a minute. It makes me want to run in and get the container it was in. They stopped making it. It doesn't matter what it is, does it? Hopefully it'll come back again, and Plaid will help us out. So I'm going to try and add just things I love to begin with. And this is obviously not necessarily a bloom paint, but I don't think I care. I made up lots and lots of cool colors. I like to add the shimmer, even if it's not an iridescent, even if it's not a mica powder. I still like to add the iridescent pearl fine from Golden. That probably could have used a shake. It looks like that was the color shift that was in there. So I'm going to start by adding some black cell activator, which is only 3/4 Floetrol, and 1/4 paint. And that black was from another golden fluid product. It was probably the absolute liquid that usually goes in airbrushes. I hope I have enough there. I'm going to blow into this. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and give myself some cottage cheese lids so I have some place to rest this if I want to. And I've got my dog food bags down. So we'll let that rest for a second and see what we get for cells. And I'm seeing some cells, and I'm still liking my black and my white, and hopefully some of that will get kept. I would normally put a plastic liner in this, but I want to be able to use my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas and my OXO omelet turning spatulas, both available. Hey, wait, under Show More, OXO omelet turning spatula. Under Show More under the video. I got more stuff to unpack. I had a class yesterday. I think I like this over here too much to let it go without... Do I shake it? Yeah, I do. That is actually more of that iridescent. Or actually, that's a color shifting folk art. I don't use the white very often, and I really should try. Why don't we just try it in... That's the cell activator. Why don't we try it in some of the black and see what happens? Because I can. The name of my first book, Under Show More, on the blue link, on the Amazon link. If it's going to work, I'd be surprised. It doesn't look like it. Temperature also has a lot to do with things, and honestly, it's pretty cold out here. If it's 60, it's just about almost 60. Because I've got some cool stuff going on there, I think I'm just going to be brazen and add some more colors now that they're all in squeeze bottles. That's my turquoise color shift from Folk Art. I'll add some more things to play with stuff. That's the Prussian blue mixture. And I'm just going to stick with my golden. Actually, I always like to use a little bit of the black because that makes me feel like I might get some black lacy cells. We'll try it both ways. Well, I'm really happy with the, there's lots of little tiny cells in there, lacing right out with that Prussian blue. And it's not even an activator. Well, I got a lot of paint on there anyway, which means some of it's going to get lost. Which also means that I'm inclined to save it, because you know how I am. So let's just give myself something that I can waste. I don't know if I need so much of that there, but anywhere there's color I'm going to put that in so I don't have to pour it away. This doesn't matter so much, does it? Boy, those, well, it's cold, those really don't move much. Alright, so here goes nothing. I got some nice cells, I really do. I got some nice colors I probably don't want to see go anywhere. And I expect I'm going to get a lot painty soon. I'm never all that pleased with pillow paint because it's so sticky, it sticks to everything. So I like to use my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula number 1 and sort of remove some of the paint as I go. So I have a lot less dripping everywhere. And that's going to be my modus operandi, my MO. Got some great shapes up there I don't want to see go. This is really cool down here. If it turns out that this is just a blobby area in the middle, I'm going to put something else in there. Oh, I hate to see those beautiful colors go away. But I've got some really neat shapes going on. And I tend to think that if I really wanted to, I could encourage whatever I want to have happen. I'm going to wipe off my spatula and sort of push that toward the edge right now so it's not a gimme. Got to be really careful with the latex paint if you're going to use the pillow paint, because it holds on to whatever you're manipulating it with, and then you wind up pulling a strand somewhere you don't necessarily want. So I really like that. I didn't want to pull too much more of it off, but I am going to keep stretching things out. Now I suppose if I want to stretch something in here, I better add something in here to stretch. So let's just do the cell activator and see if it will work. You know what? Scratch that. Let's grab what we know will work. Now it's got eyeballs. That was not my intention. I'm just going to do the same combination I already did because I liked it. Actually, I've got this and I haven't used this yet. That's made from the golden magenta quinacridone. I'm gonna be able to say that before this is over. Let's try a little red in there just because we can. But it's going to come right back down to it seems so odd that I'd be adding two things in there, but I have a feeling they're going to stretch out, especially when I blow on them. I'm going to have to do an experiment pretty quick here. Ooh, nice lacing, huh? I distracted myself. Where I used the GAC 800 to see what happens. I should let that rest another second, but I really like a lot of the stuff I've got going on here. I'm not sure how much stuff I want to go away. Let's bring my catch plate back. That's pretty exciting, actually. I'm liking that a lot. This was a canvas that was supposed to have resin on it. It's got a cardboard back on it. That's funny. I didn't even realize that until right this minute. Oh, I can't hang on to it the same way. Let's just let that go down and cover. And where's my spatula? There we go. I'm actually the least messy I've been so far. I might be getting a little better at this. And I love the black and white. I really do. So much so that I think I'm just going to... Oh, I'm getting dripped on. I spoke too soon. It's bound to happen, though, isn't it? That's just a sweet little painting. I like that. So I'm going to put some paint around the edges so I can tap it down with my finger if I so desire in a minute. I'm just going to blow it into place so I don't have to tip anymore. I mean, I know that we're using a heavy layer paint, and the chances are that there's always going to be a chance of cracking. But so far I've been pretty lucky with that, and there isn't much crazing. I love that. I really want something I don't have right here, and I might be sorry that if I add something, but I'm going to do it anyway. Kind of wanted a point there. There. I got my little thing to lead the eye away. Do I like it? I'm not sure. I'm going to use a straw. Using a straw is a little trepidatious because you can't blow in too deep without it going down to the base layer. So I like that. Do I need something else in there? I kind of want something else in there. Somebody's like going, duh. I heard you. I did this the other day. I like that. It does activate cells. They just pop right out with that. I've got no minutes left, so I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to help me out, watch the videos longer. It's the only thing the YouTube algorithm knows. But even though I've got 3 videos a day and the same number of people seem to be watching, and some of you are binge watching, thank you very much for doing that, by the way. They've just dropped my income by another $100. So pretty quick, we're going to be thinking about doing a raffle. And you might want to let me know what you think about that. This is really cool. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I like the black and white stripe start. I got 2 minutes to tell you what I need to tell you. And I was telling you about the raffle. We're thinking about doing maybe a really nice, expensive, excellent painting and having a $100 potential donation for a raffle ticket. And then as soon as we get 10, we'll draw a name. The second one, that might be a 16 by 20. It might even be an 18 by 24. The problem with them is they're really super expensive to ship. The next size down would probably be a 16 by 12 or a 14 by 14, something like that. Would do 10 of those, actually do 20 of those at $50. And that way I have a shot at making some art supply money and paying for the painting and the shipping. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments on the community board where you can find tomorrow's video, or on Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group on Facebook, because that's another place I post tomorrow's video, but also that's definitely a place where you can get my attention. I go there fairly frequently. If you guys have any questions, that's not a bad place to ask them, but you can ask them on YouTube too, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have a question about the paint pouring recipes, usually you can find some information underneath the video, and it would behoove you to look at that because I don't have a lot of extra time, but I love making sure you guys have the information you need. Thank you guys for the great comments you leave me all the time, the morale boosting. I love that combination in there, and there is lacing. I just like the combination. It's not all the same. It's really different, and the colors are luminous and shimmering. And I'm going to lose you guys in a second, and then I won't have told you that you can find over 1,200 videos on my channel on YouTube. Look for playlists, find all playlists, open creative playlists, look for, there's like 12 or 13 genres, and there's 11 lists. 10 of them have 100 in them, and the 11th is being populated. If you share my videos, you help me out. I appreciate that. If you shop my Amazon link, which is dying, you definitely don't pay anything extra, but you help me out, and I appreciate that. I do give lessons at the house in Spring Hill. I do sell my artwork. If you're interested, there's an email address directly below the video. There's almost 86,000 of you now, and only 10,000 of you ever get notifications. So if you're watching this and you don't have notifications turned on, just know I would really appreciate it if you would turn them on before I'm dead and gone and dead in the water. I am going to torch this. It's not a done thing with blooms, but I like to make sure there's no bubbles. I do shake some of my paint. I think that's also not a done thing. I really do like this. And I love you guys. And I hope you take care, and thank you for all the donations that you've kept me painting with in the past. I really appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you anon. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard saying, brr, it's cold. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. Priscilla out. Let's see if I can see what you can see. You're still here. Maybe I can zoom in on that. I don't know if that's the best way up. That might be. You'll be gone before I get it right, though. Let's go all 4 ways if I can. It's probably crooked. Oh, that didn't.